Okay, so here we go. I've already been fighting with this for about 35 minutes, so this is just gonna be fun. Mostly trying to figure out if I use the right Django REST, or the right framework for how to do DRF. Django REST framework, yet another swagger generator. We're gonna see if it actually works this time. I'm not hopeful. Well, it works. That's the thing. Is like it works, but I can't figure out how to define the schema. Because it works and like it's nice and it looks good, but like and if I change a little bit in the code in the create, let's go to the create views. This hello is there, but it's not even showing up anymore. So we'll just say what create a droplet inside a specific class, and if I save that, the framework will reload. And it puts it there, but I can't figure out how to like change this description or add anything else. There's got to be better ways of doing this. So I'm just going to be Googling, and if anybody here wants to chat, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to go to their page, and we're going to see what the hell they say to do. I swear to God, I've already read all this shit, but who knows? It's moderately irritating. Full support for serializers and schemas. Okay, well then just tell me how to do it. You know what, let's just go to Swagger Editor. Yeah. And then I think I have a URL that will get me the schema. .yaml, it looks like. So if I go here, you totally said that would work, but you lied to me. JSON? No. Okay, so that URL doesn't work at all. Maybe this one does have to have the $sign. It usually complains, but no. I wonder. Oh, this is supposed to be without UI. Cache timeout. So the docs that they have for this are old, because it's using an old version of Django. And the name they said is schema JSON. Oh wait, no, that one goes up. No, this one is without UI. A YAML view of my API spec. It's /swagger.yaml. That's not working. Hey, it's good to hear from you, Hunter. /swagger.yaml. It's supposed to be showing up. That's what I did for the URLs, right? API v1 swagger dot. Yeah, that should be valid. Well, let's see if maybe I go to the just Swagger, if I can view the UI from here. Or the YAML from here. No. Oh shit, what is that supposed to be? Okay. Well, that's the format equals YAML? No. What is that damn? Format equals open API. Do I still have to escape? Well, it's got escaped in here. I don't know. It doesn't. It seems like every time I add that shit, it explodes. Well, maybe not. We're gonna leave that open because I might need it. No. Well, this one says to actually do a format. You know what? We're just going to copy this. We're going to copy the string from the documentation and hope that it works. So this is the old. I don't think that means that it's busted. I think that means it's just deprecated. Question format equals YAML? Nope. Go away. I don't care about this. Shush. I love it when the docs. Today I am just trying to get the Swagger schema to work. Not really terribly like excited to code today. Not really feeling it. Documentation is important, and I need to figure out how to make the Swagger docs work. Excuse me. So we're gonna try that and see if we can get it to work. We're just gonna add this URL. Just gonna delete this. Well, that's a URL. It's a path now. That's the problem. Let's just see what swagger.yaml does. Who the hell knows? I don't really care if there's a JSON there or not. Hello. Hey, we got it. Okay, well, that's actually not bad. That's the fact that we can get the YAML is a good thing. Now, how do I make it where it's a switcher? That's the problem. If I change this to .json, does it change it to a JSON file format? And it's a JSON file. It still comes up as YAML. We're just going to change it to .yaml. We're going to say to hell with the JSON. We'll fix that later if we have to. So with the YAML, now that I have that, I can one second. I'm back. Hey Cypher, how's it going? I'm doing okay. Today we are fighting with documentation. That's what we're doing today. So, now the only bad thing is I don't remember where this downloaded to. Where did it say it now? Pictures. Okay, so I don't know why it's going to pictures. That's a weird place to put it. But we'll just put it in documents. And then we'll open it up. And we'll copy it and we'll paste it. And this is why I hate everything. Okay, so now what I can do is I can just, if I can find a place to store this YAML file, if I can figure out how to make the Django, the yet another Swagger generator read this in, then we can do a whole lot more with this. Get return description. Ah, see, it's so much nicer when shit works. So I guess what we just do is we just update the damn Swagger and document it. And then I will figure out how to load it in. Well, we can do that. If we can figure out how to load it in real quick, then I can... I guess maybe it's in... No. Where is it going to be at? Where would we have specified the schema view? Right here. Permission class, allow any... Create a schema view class with the default renderers and generators. So... Cool. Now how do we set the schema? Serving the schema, custom schema view. I guess technically I don't have to do that. Now that I think about it, I could just... do default Swagger now and not have to worry about using an automatic generator. And then we just have to know to get the schema. Let's see if there's a search. Import schema. Let's just say Swagger serve schema. Or no, so Django serve Swagger schema. If anyone has any ideas on Django's schemas and Swagger and stuff, that would be useful. I hate this sometimes. I really, really do. OpenAPI get schema view. It tells me like all that stuff, and it gets the schema. That's cute. That's cuddly. I like it. But I want it to actually do what I'm telling it to do. Also, seeing as how I'm muttering to myself in absolute chaoticness, today's kind of be like an AMA or anything. So if you have any questions, Cypher, I know you were asking a lot of questions last week about just code careers and paths and stuff like that, Python, and I'm happy to answer anything, just any questions and stuff. Because really, like today, my brain's not doing my brain's not working at the level of let's write some code. So instead, I decided to handle this bitchy schema, which not working that well. I don't want to generate the schema. I know that's cute and cuddly. It's not what I want to do. Man, they make this a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Nice. Nice. That sounds like fun. What game did you make? Just show me how. There's got to be like an import schema button. It sounds really cool. Swagger UI inside of Django REST framework. The next time this completely blows up on me, I'm going to flip my shit. Oh, well, that's nice. So like a 20 questions kind of game? Nice. That sounds kind of cool. Okay, I think I might have finally found a tutorial that actually might work. So it's on dev.to, and the sample application is here. So snippets, what the hell is snippets? Static Open API, Swagger dist UI. It just looks like some static files. Okay, so let's just follow this tutorial, see if we can get it where I don't have to use this bloody Django REST framework Open API bullshit anymore, because I don't like it and it doesn't work. How do I make that blur around me? It's a program that was on sale a couple weeks ago. It might still be on sale now. It's like $20. It's called XSplit VCam, and it lets me do all sorts of stuff. So I can do like if I can turn the blur down, and you can like actually kind of see my messy bookshelf. I can turn the blur up a little bit, so the more I turn it up, the blurrier it gets, to where it's just disgusting. It's kind of my favorite. I can remove it, and it attempts to do no green screen, so now I just kind of sit down here. It's not the greatest. It doesn't like my arm, and it also doesn't like my chair that much. I'm going to say it works decently. But then I can also overlay with, like, photos, and we're going to turn the blur down. So, like, photos of, like, this is actually a place in Texas that I go camping at. And then there's some stock photos, like this mountain, and then this weird bedroom, and this city, and this couch, and then there's my TARDIS. So I just do that whenever I get bored. They are PNGs, I think. So just depends on what you want to do. But yeah, I can sit here and just do this. It's not bad. Okay, so I'm just going to do what this guy says, and we're going to try it. So we did all of that. We migrated. We created a super user. We ran a super user. We have that. We have the schema. So let's actually try that, because I haven't tried defining the schema, and I think it says that it has it now. So as of Django REST Framework 3.9, I can generate the schema. I'm not in the right thing. Django generate schema.yaml. I have not set my secret key. Export. That's just a quick little command that reads through an environment file that I have stored in here that just puts everything that I need as environment variables and then works. Using OpenAPI render, but PyYAML is not installed. Pip install PyYAML. Okay, so now we just open up the schema.yaml, and it's what we thought it was. Nice, I think. Yeah, it kind of looks like it works. Not bad. Okay, so let's do that. Unfortunately, this... I already have a schema, but we'll remember to store that somewhere. Because I do have it stored here. Or I have it... This is being developed on a remote server on my droplet that I have. So, okay, it's stubbed out the API. That's nice. So now what we're going to do is create a static directory underneath the application root, which is in... This is the application root, I think. Or is this the application root? No, that is not. Do classroom. mkdir static. We're going to do -p static / open API. Actually, you know what? We'll do the generate the schema because it wants me to put that in there anyway. So we'll just mv schema into static open API. Let me go to the available code and make sure that that's kind of what that looked like. REST framework tutorial. So we go into their snippets, which is the main thing. What the hell is snippets supposed to be? Fixtures. Static open API. Doesn't look like... What's this tutorial? Is this the actual... Okay, he committed this weird. So that's the actual... Okay, I think we're in the right spot. Snippets is actually... It's an app. We'll see. Anyways. Just going to ignore that for now. It is an app. Fudge. The only bad thing is that how is this going to get all... How is this going to get all of my... You know what? No, we're good. Let's see what the static URL is in settings. Static URL is /static. Yeah, static and then the base dir static. That should be fine. Static files dir assets. So let's open up URLs at the top level. This is the URLs in DO Classroom. We want to open up DO URLs in the actual DO, the top level URLs. Oh, it was that. Okay. I cannot guarantee you that what I am doing is correct. We are learning together. Settings.static URL. This should make use of it. Restart the server if necessary. Now try hitting the endpoint. Okay, so we go to /static open API /schema.yaml. Does not look like it worked. I will tell you right now, dealing with static files always pisses me off in Django. Static. Oh, it's because I did YML. Let's see if that actually makes a difference. Didn't. Do I have to turn the development server off? Undefined variable static. Oh, yeah. From Django.conf.urls.static import static. And then set settings. Django. From DO classroom, import settings. Okay. Now let's see if my actual thing is running. Had we just had that open, we would have seen that. So, well, it's, oh, I have that weird double static up there. Still not found. I'm not surprised. Every freaking time I deal with static files, I deal with this shit. And I hate it. Let me just go. Django. Ooh. Static files development server. And installed apps. Yeah, Django contrib static files is right there. Hello there. Why, oh why does everything hate me? Let's set debug to false, see if it makes a difference. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's set to true. Or right now it is set to true, yeah. So debug equals true. Oh, I'm sorry, shit. Debug is set to false. 404. Yeah. So it's not that, it's just the stupid thing having stupid problems because it's stupid. It's also hot here today. What is the base dir absolute path of this file? The directory. And the dir name up there. Can you make a video later on for the noobs who want to start getting coding? I can actually do that. I can do that as a live stream eventually. What kind of video do you want me to go over? What kind of stuff do you want me to go over? Make an app from the start. So talking about making a Django, like a Django app or like a Flask app or just some kind of stuff. I can go through the Django tutorial. You're going to find out I'm really bad at web development. Apparently static files. So the base dir is the absolute path of this file, which is right here in settings. The directory name of that, the directory name of that. Python. Okay, yeah, I can do that maybe next time. Yeah, I can do like we can go through the Django tutorial together. That's a good idea. Or maybe Flask. Flask is a little bit easier, to be honest. God, I hate fucking static files. Okay. The absolute path file of this file is right there. So the directory of that is that, and then the directory of that is that. So there is no reason why this static file should not be working. Unless it's this weird... You'd be surprised how weird shit can get with static files. I hated that. Must end with the slash. Okay. Print. We're gonna freaking do this. Print static root. That's what it says the static file is. Static. I do not recommend running an email server on DigitalOcean, or actually any cloud provider, to be honest. Email works really... if you can easily allow for email to be made out of your cloud provider, then it means that you can easily create servers that can spam people. So a lot of cloud providers, entire IP ranges are on blacklists for spam filters. So you really shouldn't be I mean, you can maybe roll your own and see, but you just have to run that risk. Honestly, like, also running an SMTP server is a pain. It depends on how much, like, I would say how much security and privacy you want inside of your email. Like, if you really are concerned about security and privacy, then maybe I would say try it. You could definitely try it. And I think for DigitalOcean, you actually have to like have an account and have it established for a certain amount of time, and then email support. So we will allow you to send emails through outbound through like port 25, because that's the email port, because of spammers. When it comes to the security line, I mean, I'll be honest, I used to run a lot of my stuff hosted at home. I pay for G Suite, which is Google's email addresses. I mean, it's like $6 a month per email address, depending on how many you need. But I only run my one email address, my Mason at masonegger.com. And that email address costs me $6 a month, and I don't have to worry about it. And I get all the cool G Suite stuff. Like, I get an extended Google Drive, I get Hangouts, I get a lot of really cool Google tools. So I've never really felt the need to do an email server. I know a couple people that have. They can be more trouble than they're worth, to be honest. They're a lot of work. If that's the kind of thing you want to do, hey, go for it. I used to be all gung-ho about it, but honestly, like, I've really gotten away from building things. I would have paid $5 a month anyway for the droplet anyway, so an extra $1, and you mean I don't have to deal with any of that crap? And if you're really concerned about, mail, I've never heard of Mailchimp. And if you're really worried about like the security of your emails, then just, use that, connect to Thunderbird, and then PGP encrypt the emails that are important to you. It works really well. I used to do that for a while too, but also got away from that. The damn Django static thing is correct. Like, that's the right file. It's not serving the stupid. Actually, I'm curious. Do I have to have that? Do I have to have a slash at the end of it? Ha! That's what it was. See, I have a freaking slash. I swear, Django's static files drives me up a effing wall every time I deal with it. Every fucking time I deal with it, it drives me up a wall. I just don't like it. Like, I don't know why it has to be this damn complicated. But like I refresh it and now it is serving the static file, which is what I wanted it to do in the first place, because the Swagger doc is going to read the damn thing and then pull it in. So we're going to get that working. And then once we get that working, then I'm going to probably maybe change where it looks for the Swagger YAML, and then multiple emails for different domains. Oh yeah, at that point you're kind of needing to roll your own, to be honest. It's not. Yeah, if you need that kind of stuff, go right ahead. Just depends on what you need, to be honest. I actually used to have multiple emails at multiple domains, and I just bought a new G Suite account every time, paid another $6. I'm going to pay $5 for the server, and actually, in reality, running maybe a Linux-based SMTP server. The last time I tried email I was using Exchange, and that there's no way in hell you can run that on one virtual CPU and one gig of RAM. It's too much. Like I think you need at least 4 gigs of RAM to run Exchange, and that's a Windows service, so you can't even run it on DigitalOcean unless you bring your own Windows server, because we don't provide Windows servers out of box. You have to bring your own. So, email can be a monster. Just kind of whatever you choose to do with it. Cool. So I have. Okay, we fixed that. So now we can move on with the tutorial to get Swagger self-hosted. So I don't have to use a damn framework. So I can just have the YAML somewhere, and then we can worry about how to go about it from there. Okay, I'm actually, you know what, while I'm here, so someone requested that I do getting started with, like, okay, so stream ideas. I'm at go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm going to write them on my handy dandy notebook, which you can't see because my, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. It kind of disappears. Woohoo! My notebook. And so we're talking about maybe getting started with Flask or Django. Something Python related. To be honest, and you know, we'll go over this in the, we'll probably do both. And we'll go over this in the stream. But like, I have a very, like, there's a litmus test that I have developed for, do I use Flask, do I use Django, and it's great. Yes, I do work for DigitalOcean, and no, I can't give you $1,000 in free credit. I am a developer advocate for DigitalOcean, which basically means I serve the community. So I create content like this, I create tutorials, I do webinars, I speak at conferences, I help the community out and stuff. So if any content you want to see, let me know. Yeah, if you're afraid of going with your own server, I don't recommend it then. Because email security is, like, you're going to have to set up fail to ban, you're going to have to install spam filters, which can change, and those things require constant updates. There's a lot to email. It's not like with web servers, you know, I install a web server, static site, boom, got it going. Email, there is no easy way with it, and it's just a lot. So if you don't feel comfortable, now it's something that you really can't feel comfortable until you tried it, but if it makes you nervous, if you don't feel comfortable with it, I would highly recommend just purchasing an email service from somebody. I know that Google reads our emails and is our benevolent overlord, but I've kind of accepted them as my overlord. They're, you know, I don't want to give my information all to Apple or to Amazon, so I just give it to Google, and hopefully they're going to be the nicest of the evil overlords that take us over. And we'll hope we go from there, to be honest, because I kind of, who knows anymore. But I've if you ask about my experience with G Suite, I've loved G Suite. I've really enjoyed having having my own personal email address. It's super easy. You buy a domain, and then you just basically go to your DNS record and you point your SPX, your MX records at it, and you have to do a couple text verification records inside of DNS. Google walks you through it, and then you just say, boom, you've got it. Now the cool thing is you can only have, it's like $6 per email. You can actually buy them in bulk for a year and pay less, or you can pay for it by the month. But you have to buy at least 5 in bulk for the year to make it cheaper. But you can have as many aliases pointing to that email as you want. So if you do want to do something weird where you have multiple email, you can always send as a different person, but then get different emails. But those aliases only work under the same domain. My old boss, used to do weird shit with email, and he did some sort of wildcard email name resolver where he could create any email address inside it because he ran his own email. Like, so basically, anytime he gave his information to someone, like his email address to someone, he would give them a custom email address. They all forwarded to him, and I guess you could probably do this if you create the alias. But because of he did it with a wildcard on the email, he didn't have to pre-create them. But say he was like signing up for LinkedIn. This is the example that he uses. He would give like LinkedIn. The email address would be LinkedIn at hisdomain.com, and they'd be like, "Whoa, what's that mean?" Well, what he would do with that is that if he got any spam email in and it was addressed to LinkedIn at mydomain.com, he knew exactly who sold his information and who sold it to who. And honestly, it's quite brilliant. I wish I had that. So I've thought about setting that up before. It's kind of a lot. Like, it's a lot of work. Or you can't be done with. I don't think it can be done with Google. I think you have to do it on your own. So I just never got to it. Never did. And I don't think I will ever cover email stuff just because it's such a pain. And like Dio has been known for having like we're like the spammers and the hackers platform. I don't know why people they come to us and they for some reason we're the one they choose. So we're really not. In reality, like, we're the developers platform, but a lot of developers also have a dark side. So they spin up a lot of their spam bots on us. So we've like the IP addresses on DigitalOcean have a lower like trustworthiness ranking on spam websites. So I definitely wouldn't. If you do stand it up, maybe see if you can get it to work on DigitalOcean. Let me know. I'd love to know. But anyway, we've got the YAML file. So now we're going to figure out how to host this YAML file. So now we're going to install clone the Swagger UI locally, create a static directory and then now copy from the Swagger's dist directory into the Swagger dist UI directory you just created. Okay, so again, I'm reading a thing that you can't see. So what we're going to do, come here. We're going to go into this. We're going to go into the static directory real quick. CD static. And we're just going to do a CD open API. We're going to do it outside of here. Git clone. We're going to clone down the Swagger UI real quick. And it says that I should take the component contents of the Swagger UI's dist directory into Swagger dist UI. So inside of Open API, once this thing's done cloning, yeah, I've actually never heard of disposal of email. What is that? We make dir Open API, and we're going to call it Swagger dist UI. Also, for those of you that are wondering, I turned down the delay on the stream by like 10 seconds. So now I'm actually getting it more in real time. Okay, so then we Swagger UI. So then we CP Swagger dist star, everything in there. We're going to do a -r in case there is anything in there. Into Open API, Swagger dist UI. So we're going to rm-rf Swagger UI because we don't want it in here. And then now copy. Oh yeah, yeah, that worked. Create a Django template for Swagger UI. So we already have templates. We'll create a new directory for the template. Ah, cool. So we do what? Now move the Swagger UI. One final step is to configure Django to serve Swagger UI. To do this, we need to create a template which Django can serve Swagger UI files from. Create a new temp directory for the template, which I did. Now move the Swagger UI index file into this directory. So move static Open API Swagger index.html to the templates directory. Okay. Now in my settings file, after the above step, check your config reference to the templates directly correctly. In tutorial settings.py, add the templates directory to dirs. So templates. Hello, templates. Dirs. It does a base. Okay, that should work. But it might need a backslash. We'll see. If it doesn't work, it needs the backslash. Why doesn't it do that to begin with? I don't know. Every day at 4:20, my Google Home yells "blaze it," and that's always fun. Okay, so edit index.html. So we can do that from this template, and all of that just going away because that was another attempt at something earlier. So add the load static at the top of the file. This tells the Django template to load the static files and actually know where to get them. Work through the file, modify all the references. Change the href reference to open API. Oh, great. It's doing line by line. Static open API / swagger dist UI / swagger UI.css. Stop being a turd muffin. Okay, do this for all other references in index.html. Work through the file and modify all static file references to a Django. Monkeys. Okay, well, guess that's what we're doing now. Static open API / swagger dist UI / and it's going to be there. And if I could type, we'd be better off, but I can't, so we'll just cry. And we got that. I'm going to go ahead and just add that there because it's going to be needed in a second anyway. Oh, and I have to add the last. Shush. VS Code. You think you know better than me, but you don't. You don't. You don't really know better than anyone. So we do percent static open API / swagger-dist-ui / favicon. I'm glad we took care of the favicons. Oh my goodness, anywhere that it says anything like where it does a dot / I have to go in and change now. And a simple find and replace wouldn't be super straightforward here, so. And then we come here. But we can definitely freaking copy and paste this shit and make it go away. So we come here, we do that. And we're good. And then we add in closing back here, like that. And then let's scroll through. Okay, good thing is it's not that long, to be honest. Good. URL, change the URL reference in the Swagger UI bundle to URL % static quote open API / schema .yaml. And then this should allow us to just get the URL that we need. What's this saying? Why is it complaining? Expected. How do you expect a... Oh, does it not expect quotation marks here? That actually might be the thing. should look like this. Nope, that still should be in quotes. So whatever the heck is exploding, I don't know, but we're just going to pretend like it isn't. Why did you do that? No, don't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, way to make it... Thanks, VS Code. Way to make shit more ugly. Close enough. We're going to call it. Okay, so that's what that should look like at the end. And then now we go to my URL patterns. And I think we're just going to serve this from DO Classroom. I don't think I'm going to put it anywhere else. I think this should just come from the API side. This is an old tutorial, though. It's using the old path stuff. Okay, so it does have a template view, so that's good. And it already did something like this with template views, so I can just copy pasta this. And then this one is called open API slash template as view template name index.html. Oh, that's not going to be good. Include router.urls. What the hell does that mean? Oh, I'm worried about this. Because we were already using index.html somewhere. We might literally change it, though. I might change the name of it. At this point, I don't want to fight with it. So we come here, we come back to this, and we're going to see how screwed we are. Open API. Well, it loaded nothing. Something screwed up there. That shouldn't be that way. Okay, back to the... Oh, it looks like I didn't close a quotation mark there. And maybe it just cascaded into, like, poop. Still nothing. Still upset. Nope. Nope. That's just freaking lovely. What the hell is that? Let's try now. Something is really not liking that static. I wonder if maybe it doesn't need to be surrounded by quotes. Maybe the href looks like this. Let's try it. A little bit better. Not done. What on earth? Did they change how static files load in Django and I missed it? I'm too tired to do this. That looks better. That looks like nothing. The JavaScript files are also not loading. Why is there a %20 there? Uh-huh. And we don't see it. I don't know what this is, but we're going to put it in there. Oh. Static open API. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. That explains it. It's not found. Static open API Swagger dist Swagger UI bundle. Did I name something wrong? Okay, we don't need the settings anymore. Dash dist dash UI swagger dash UI dash bundle.js. It's in static open API slash swagger dash dist dash UI, not the JavaScript. We know the open API thing works because it works with the open API schema.yaml. Was it YAML? Oh, good. Now that's not even working anymore. Hooray, static files broke again. Settings. DO classroom static. Schema.yml. Oh, well, because it's static. Was it just schema.yml? No, it was static open API schema. This worked. You saw it work a second ago. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I swear we had this working and it just randomly broke. Because that's what it does. It just randomly breaks. We'll open that up again later. Right there. It no worky. You know what, let's just restart the damn... I have no idea if that has anything to do with it, but we're going to test it out. Now we Google Django won't serve static files. Run server. Every damn time. I'll tell you right now, this is the number one thing I hate about Django. Is I've been developing in Django for years, off and on, not professionally, and I still always have trouble with this every time. Every time I have problems with static files. I don't get it. I don't get why this is so damn difficult. At this point, I'm basically just trying the same shit over and over again, hoping for it to just start working again. Actually, I'm just going to change that to YAML because I'm tired of that being that way. And that's just me being picky at this point because I don't know what else to do. Well, that one was already like that, so... Why is it... Oh my gosh, this auto freaking correcting bullshit is breaking my code. Well, not like it's breaking anything else that wasn't already broken, but... Auto... VS Code... Turn off auto lint HTML. I don't know why it thinks it's... Control K, saves without formatting. What are you doing? Okay. You know what? Fine. We can fix this. VS Code being freaking pain in the ass. Oh no, it's in templates. You're gonna piss me off? Fine. I'll save you in Vim. Open API / what was it supposed to be? Oh, just open API. Now it's not even found. Oh, did I comment it out in URLs? Yep. Okay, well, if anyone has any last questions before I get off and go scream into a pillow, let me know. And then I'll probably be back, I'd say next week. I'm pretty busy this week with a lot of other stuff, but probably going to keep working on this. But you just sitting in here watching me yell at a screen probably isn't that entertaining. Maybe it's this static shit. I don't know. Static open API schema.yaml. Okay, well, I will see y'all next week. And next week we'll actually go over a beginner Django app. So that should be fun. Talk to y'all later.